Hi there, friends. Rebecca here, the Dragon Librarian from Farmington Community Library. And my friend Elle and I are here today to talk to you about a couple really exciting books that we hope you will also find exciting and maybe find something new to read today. So these are both books that I was really excited about reading for very different reasons. And honestly, these books are very different from each other, but they're both really special. So the first one is called Even and Odd by Sarah Beth Durst. Even and Odd. So I was drawn to this book immediately because of two different things. The first one is this cover is kind of amazing, right? It's so beautiful. Like, it's just, I can't even with how beautiful this cover is. But the second reason I was drawn to this book was because of the author, Sarah Beth Durst. Sarah Beth Durst has written so many amazing books. She's written adult fantasy books. She's written other children's fantasy books. So when I saw that she had a new one, I just could not wait to check this out and read it. And I was not disappointed at all because this is an amazing fantasy story that I will be thinking about for quite some time. So Even and Odd is kind of an interesting title, and it's actually the names of both of the main characters in this book. Even and Odd. They are twin sisters. And basically, they are from this magical land called Firoth. Now, they don't live there anymore, though. They actually live in Connecticut. Just regular old Connecticut, that's right. But they were born in this other magical land, and they are very aware of this magical sense that they have about them, and they're very aware of this magical power from themselves, but also from this land that they're from. Now, they're even though they're sisters, they're both very different. So Even is completely obsessed with Firoth. She practices her magic all the time in secret when she can, and she just dreams of one day becoming an actual hero in this land. Now, Odd is a little odd. She's a little bit different from her sister Even, because Odd doesn't really want anything to do with this magic. She just wants to live an ordinary life. She volunteers at this animal shelter that she's really crazy about, and she just wants to fit in and be a normal everyday girl. Well, one day, both the sisters get trapped on the other side of this barrier, and the barrier is shut. So they are now stuck in Firoth, which is kind of what Even has always wanted, right? But they're both stuck in this magical land. They don't have their family. They're trying to get back to their parents, and they realize that because of everything that's going on, they are both going to have to step up in different ways and become heroes that they even wanted to be, and that Odd didn't think she ever would be. But it's such a great story. I know it sounds like, two girls going into this magical realm, and that's so similar to a lot of different fantasy stories. But this one is really different, special, and unique. I love the bond between the sisters and how different they are, but also the similarities that they have to each other. I really loved that. I really love the magical aspect of it, and I am just a sucker for a portal fantasy, which portal fantasies are stories where main characters are from one world and then they get sucked into another world or trapped through some kind of magical dimension. So I thought this book was so amazing. Like I said, it's not just the fantasy aspect. Oh, and I forgot to mention one of the best characters in this whole story, aside from Even and Odd, is this unicorn named Jeremy who helps them out. If you like unicorns, if you like fantasy stories, even if you just like really great stories about family and sisters and growing up, this is a really fantastic story. And like I said, Sarah Beth Durst, fantastic author. So if you do like this one, maybe check out some of her other works as well. And I also really appreciated the dedication in this book. And I just want to read it real quick because I think it's really special. To the healthcare heroes and all the everyday people who didn't think they were ready to be heroes, but stepped up anyway. Thank you. That's a really great dedication, right? I love reading dedications like that. But anyway, this book is phenomenal. Highly, highly, highly recommend it. Even and Odd. So, I did say that the next book in the series, or the next book I'm going to talk about, is very different from the first one, right? So, first book we talked about was a fantasy, really great, about siblings. This one is very different. How Do You Live by Genzaburo Yoshino. How Do You Live? Now, this book is really special also for a couple different reasons. So this is a Japanese children's classic that is finally being translated and coming over to the US now. So it's a brand new book for us, but it's not a brand new book for the Japanese. And the other reason why this is so special is there is a movie producer called Hayao Miyazaki. Now, if you've watched such movies like Totoro or Spirited Away or Howl's Moving Castle, he is the creator of these amazing animated epics. Well, he is going to be making this book into a movie. He's coming out of retirement specifically to make this into a movie. So that is really, really exciting that Miyazaki is going to be doing that. So what is this book about? What is so special about it that he's coming out of retirement just as well? This is a very interesting story because it's not exciting or filled with action and adventure like the other book we talked about. This is a very calm, beautiful, refreshing story that is historical fiction. So it takes place earlier in the 1900s, and it is about a young boy named Copper, whose father has passed away, and he now lives with his mother, but he relies on this really close bond that he has with his uncle. And his uncle basically teaches him how to be a good person, how to be ethical, how to be kind to other people. And that doesn't sound like an exciting story, but like I said, this isn't an exciting story, but that doesn't make it any less worthwhile. This book is actually really incredible, and it's beautiful, and there were so many times I was reading where I had to stop and just sit and reflect inwards because of how beautiful the words are and what they made me feel. This book is all about kindness, friendship, loyalty, and even bravery. All wonderful things that we can all learn from, right? So I highly recommend this book. This translation is really phenomenal as well. How Do You Live? Really amazing book. Give it a try. Well, those are what we've got for you guys today. I hope that they both sound really awesome for their own different reasons. Like I said, they're super different. One is historical, one is fantasy, but they're both really incredible. And I think that you will love them if you give them a try. Thank you so much for watching, my friends. Please give this video a like. I really appreciate it. And have a wonderful rest of the day.